So this video is a pitch. Like I'm gonna pitch you the novel I wrote. I know that it's a novel. It's not a video game, but something is something. The name of the novel is called Another Ballad by Sundance Fisher and Elfboy Williams. Now these two characters are already mentioned in Disco Elysium. I First, I am gonna flesh out a little bit the characters because I do think that's one of the main things about like disco, that every character has a lot of personality. And the protagonist is Sundance Fisher. It's one of those patrol officers that in Disco Elysium are barely mentioned, but I decided to make him my protagonist because, that's one of the big qualities of having some character barely mentioned that you can expand the most, right? I draw each of these, and I mean these are the drawings that I did and I scanned them, and I mean I have them here, but I'm gonna put a graphic on it so that you can see how they're gonna look. And that was Sundance Fisher. There's also gonna be Elfboy Williams and Milicia Gorky Berdiayeva. Out of these three guys, the only one that I had like an archetype was Elfboy, because and I think this was included in the really long interview that Argo did with the very first precinct, is that like Elfboy is based on MA fighter. I have the name here, Fedor Emelianenko, and I think out of the three, I'm not sure about his portrait, and it's here because he looks pretty old. He's not that old, even in the pictures that are available from him. He doesn't look that old. I think at least there's pictures out there of him young, but I'm just not that good at the drawer. I would say that Berdiayeva, the drawing that I did, it looks so much like another person, and I didn't expect it to be to look like the other person that's really famous. And I'm like, well, fine. So these two, Sundance Fisher and Elfboy Williams, are they're a team, right? There's a lot of people at the precinct for the first precinct that they work as a two people a team. Berdiayeva is the really experienced lieutenant, and in Disco she is just a lieutenant. I added more stuff. For each of these, by the way, my novel is going to be a detective novel, and the reasoning behind me deciding to be a detective novel is because it's still too different to try and attempt to write a different genre, even though I could write it, but we still don't know enough of the world. So that's why I decided to do again a detective novel. I did had like my sheet of I have it here because each of the characters has its own like skill skill points and all that stuff. Sundance, and I have it here, 20 years old, 5 feet 8 inches, 172 centimeters, 105 kilograms, 230 pounds. He's a little bit overweight. That's something that it's in the game, that I think it's mentioned that he's an overweight patrol officer that loves to clean his guns, which it's a type. However, it's not only that. Like I put here, overweight Sancho Panza physique with Dale Cooper's nose, and his nose is the magical quality to him. Because Harry Dubois has some weird abilities, and I do feel that the same way like Twin Peaks or other detective novels that explore a little bit of the esoteric, you kind of want to have a protagonist that has something weird. And in this case, Sundance Fisher has a really special nose. He can smell really weird stuff, and he can smell the pill. He can distinguish the memories inside the pill really well. So that's one of his ability is called sacred and terrible dog smell. Elfboy, and by the way, his stats are 5 intellect, 6 psyche, 2 physical, and 2 motoric. So he's pretty bad motorics and physical. He is smart, 5, but his main thing is the psyche, right? His the weirdness of for Elfboy. He's 19 years old. He looks older, I know that, and because I'll put all these guys. I'll put next to me the image that I made for them. But I'm happy. Like that's also in this part of the story. There's even though he's really young, people kind of know that he likes to be kind of tough. 19 years old, 5 feet 3 inches, so he's really short. 80 kilograms. He does spend time in the gym. 2 intellect, 2 psyche, 6 on physical, and 4 motorics. Why I can't say that word. His gun name is called No Vows. Random fact: every paycheck, Elfboy and Torson arm wrestle. Torson from Torson McLean arm wrestle, gambling 10 rail. He's never won. But his signature skill is volition. So, and I wrote, even though his physical attributes are high, his main skill is a psyche one. He never gives up, ever. Right. So these two are the. By the way, the protagonist it's mainly the view of the story is mainly by Sundance, but Elfboy also has a few chapters where he is narrating, and it was really fun to write his dialogue. I think it's more fun to write, someone that's kind of a little bit dumb, but has like a lot of passion. So Milicia Gorky, the radio computer Berdiayeva, that's the nickname that I'm giving to her. She's 56 years old, 6 feet 6 inches. She's really tall, 200 pounds. She's really tall, so she's so, it's heavy. She likes to wear really long coats and really big boots, making her look like a giant. She's skinny. She's never at the first precinct because she only takes cases that she really likes to, to investigate. Her points are 7 on intellect, 4 on psyche, 2 on physical, and 1 on motorics. So she's super smart. Like if someone has a 7 on their qualities, that's I can't remember legendary status. So she's like a genius. She knows a lot, and yeah. She is like a really, really good detective. The gun name to the name that she put on her gun is named Pen. She's the only RCM member from the very first that goes to moral intern briefings in La Delta. Maybe she likes them, maybe she doesn't. She still feels the necessity to be in the briefings. So there's this weird relationship between the precincts and the moral intern, because they do work for them, but it's they have to work with them, right? But they don't like each other, and she knows that she kind of has to work with them. So the novel starts with Sundance and Elfboy being called to go to this place in La Delta, this mansion in La Delta. And if you've seen the maps, La Delta is to the east of the River Esperance. And in theory, a lot of the stuff that's to the east is really fancy. But it is Revachol and Jamrock and all that, so it's not that fancy. Let's say, like in a city that's kind of collapsing, you really can't have that. I mean, maybe I am exaggerating, but there is like a lot of inequality. But at the same time, a lot of people is like, they're kind of gave up on the city. So to me, like, for example, I live in LA, and downtown, and there's a lot of buildings, and you go to those places, but you realize that the downtown LA, it's kind of like grimy, and you can see the poverty even more in a big city. I'll just say that. So and they discover a body in this mansion, and they're gonna investigate the body. So that's kind of the setup for the novel. I kind of went crazy with the setup and the lore and the stuff. I am guessing a lot of the stuff that Curvis wanted to do, because there's a ton of stuff that you can kind of guess. Like, it's easy to guess. It's not that hard to you follow the line, and you follow, he did this because of that. So at the end of the day, it's Revachol is kind of collapsing. And explore that. The situation that Revachol is being in zone of control, which is really, really close to what Germany was, with being split in two, and it's perfect to do. And I do feel like Revachol is split in two, with the River Esperance being the instead of a wall, it's just a river that it's kind of hard to go from one place to another. In the east side, there is like another type of police that is private. That's one of the biggest things that for example, this is one of those things that I kind of extrapolated, that if there's like Revachol Citizens Militia, there has to be a Revachol's private militia or army. And I literally made a Revachol private army, which it makes sense if you make a city, you want rich people to have richer cops having better guns to protect them. You kind of have to have another type of police. And because most of the guys at the precincts, for what I understand, they are voluntary. No one wants to do it, but someone has to do it, right? So this is video number 2. I hope I can do this I release this video on May 20. If not, it's fine. But I am going to release the novel, Another Ballad by Sundance Fisher and Elfboy Williams on May 21st. Thank you for listening to this weird old crazy guy who said that he's gonna write Disco Elysium. I'm not, but I'm trying to do something to counteract powers of capitalism. Just that was that game, and they destroyed it, and they just moved on. So thank you for listening to me, and goodbye.